very good contest. I'm sure neutrals are thrilled with the way it went. But where would you say, I mean, very tight, where do you think the momentum shifted decisively? What won this match?
I think all 4 innings. And we can only look at ourselves. And I think the message for us is very clear that I'll sound like a broken record. That we're good at competing. We've competed well when we've played in conditions like Australia and South Africa. But we have to be ruthless and we have to finish games off, and we have to seize moments where you're going to make mistakes over 4 days, 5 days, 3 days, how many days you play, but you need to have cushions. And I thought when it came to a time where we could get that cushion, whether that was with the bat, first innings, third innings, or whether that was with the ball when we had them 8 down on 2 occasions. We didn't have that cushion. And sometimes then you get partnerships like Bosch's innings, like Rabada and Janssen, and you don't have that enough cushion to sort of even accept that and still be in a winning position. So I think we can only look at ourselves. We had the game in our hands at various points, and we need to close that off if we have to win test matches against the top teams.
Could I just grab a second? Mohammad Abbas, who's almost 35, and just kept bowling. I mean, what do you have to say about it?
Well, I think the message is clear. Age is just a number, and the disappointing thing is a performance like that should be on the winning side. Even Saud Shakil's innings, I thought that if we'd batted a bit better with him, he would have gotten his 100. He would have gotten 100 at the Centurion, which isn't always possible. So those 2 performances I felt deserve to be on the winning side, and unfortunately they're not.
Shan, you've mentioned a lot of times the difficulty Pakistan have in getting over the line. Saud Shakil mentioned yesterday sometimes Pakistan struggle with taking the last 2 or 3 wickets or scoring extra runs. Over the last year, this has happened a few times. Do you think it's psychological, or is it a quality issue at some point that you feel like you struggle to get over the line?
I don't think it's a quality issue. The quality is there, and we've seen it at various points. But like I said, to be a top team, to be in South Africa's place, to play a World Test Championship final, these are the things where you have to be ruthless. And sometimes you learn the hard way. Like I've also said before that, I mean, we can't use that as an excuse, but we need, like, the more we play Test cricket, the more people get into sync. A lot of the players were playing for the first time in these conditions, and it can be a really hard lesson where you feel that you've got the other team out, but you still need to finish the job. Or it can also feel like, oh, we've got a really good partnership with Saud and Babar, or Kamran and Rizwan, or me and Saim in both innings, and you feel that now you can take them on and have a great score. You're never set in these conditions, whether with the bat or the ball. And look, we're learning it the hard way through defeat. But look, the challenge is that that we have to respond to this, and we have to make sure that once we get into winning positions, we must make sure that we win the game rather than bringing the other team back in.
Commiserations, Shan, but congratulations on a great test match. Just to follow up on that point, and you have touched on it, that trying to build a cushion and the bowlers not managing to take the last couple of wickets, but do you also look at the batting where, in the first innings, I think most people, and maybe you yourselves, think you should have got more than 211. And then I also think back to the first session yesterday, when you had 2 set batsmen who were really starting to dominate. Do you look back at those sort of instances and also say that the batters maybe should also finish off, the job that they've started?
I've already said that before. I've said that in the press match conference as well. I've said we've made mistakes in all 4 innings, and we had the game in our hand, whether that was with the bat or the ball. So I don't have to add anything and sound like a broken record. I've already said that we had partnerships, whether that was me and Saim, like I mentioned in the previous question, or Babar and Saud, or even Jamal in both innings looked really good. So we're not here to make this ball versus bat. It's Team Pakistan, and over the four innings, we let South Africa back in the game too many times. None, thank you.